Hello, and we are here with our first look at the Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis trailer that was released for the 25th anniversary celebration for Final Fantasy VII. So, one thing I left out in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth video I did, they did officially announce that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a trilogy. I think it was kind of one of those things that was assumed, because it was one of those things I kind of thought I remembered it, being that it was going to be a trilogy. It was officially announced in the full thing, I guess, that this is indeed a going to be a trilogy. Somebody one of my friends had posted that little section there. I missed that. It wasn't included in the original trailer that I saw. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this Ever Crisis, which should be kind of not necessarily a reimagining, but I think it's supposed to be just like a combination or an episodic review of all the Final Fantasy VII kind of content that's happened so far. So let's hop into it. Another possibility for a remake. So so we can see right here, right away, this is going to be mobile, so iOS and Android. And you can see up here in the top corner, you've got your buttons for that kind of stuff. All right, so we saw, what was the first thing we saw there? Uh, oh, Angeal with Zack. So we've got Crisis Core into Final Fantasy VII. Or Crisis Core 7. I mean, that looks pretty good. I mean, it kind of looks like um a, a higher resed Final Fantasy VII, like original Final Fantasy VII. Again, not perfect, not as high def as the remake, but pretty slick looking. Like that's pretty cool. So battles are a little bit of a different look compared to the gameplay itself. It looks like. So it kind of looks like we're going somewhat turn-based. Um, Not sure if this is supposed to be kind of like how it worked in 13, where you would kind of let the gauge fill depending on how far or more of the things you wanted. Maybe these are just the different options. This is the ATB bar. I hope that's what it is. Got Shiva there. Cross slash, that looks neat. Some different outfits for Tifa. Was that Aerith there? Something looks like we're keeping all the dialogue and stuff from the original games. If we're going to keep this guy our sick. Closed beta test in 2022. They didn't say um, what quarter. For iOS and Android, but it's limited to specific regions and platforms. My guess is it's going to be just Android only for beta test. Um, Maybe Japan and US markets, maybe just Japan. Um, be interested to see that. I do have an iPhone that I use. However, I do have an Android emulator. I wonder if I'll be able to get it through that, because I would totally test it out through that. It looks kind of cool. You know, it's definitely a lot of um, nostalgia and how things are done. You know, like this kind of stuff right here. Obviously, we're in the Shinra research area. Uh, so, like, you know, it's kind of cool to get to see some of that stuff. This looks like where you get like the 3 tickets and you can unlock certain doors. There's a specific way you could go through to get all the items or not. Uh, it looks like we had an alternate item for or outfit for Tifa here. Um, Looks kind of cool. The little blue sweater on top. And then I'm trying to figure out, is this supposed to be Aerith, like dressed as Sarah from Final Fantasy One? I think it's how she's been depicted before. Sarah from Final Fantasy One. Um, or you know, again, is this from Crisis Core? Because again, I am unfamiliar with Crisis Core completely. I mean, I know the overall gist of the story and some of the characters, but I'm not. Like I said, is this Aerith just dressed as Sarah? I'm assuming from Final Fantasy One. Um, yeah, like I said, it looks kind of neat. Um, I really hope people don't say this is like chibi because it's not chibi. Um, I know people complained about that with Final Fantasy IX when it was first released, calling it chibi, and again, not chibi. This really isn't chibi either. Um, the heads would need to be a little bit more exaggerated and all that kind of stuff. Kind of like World of Final Fantasy. Um, but yeah, this looks kind of cool. I'm interested in it. Um, I'll probably pick it up eventually when it becomes available. So awesome, cool. Again, what are your thoughts on Ever Crisis? If you'd like to leave your thoughts down below in the comments, that'd be great. You know, again, are you interested in the game? Are you uh, not excited for it at all? Do you know, afraid it's gonna be like some type of cash grab? Because again, it doesn't say if it's gonna cost. I don't know if it'll be free or if it's gonna cost money. That's also gonna kind of play into it. You know, if it's gonna cost how much. So yeah, awesome. Well, if you like what you saw, if you'd like to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be great. And we'll see you next time.